Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido, and today we're coming in from the Holland region where it is the Neos hosting the Castelia Pinchers in a battle between two sides who are quite often overlooked, but they are currently sitting in the middle of the leaders 8 and they want to try and move themselves up that leaderboard as they're looking to get back into Victory Road this season. But with the Pinchers, it would actually be the first time they ever make it into the postseason. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the Delta types? Will it be the Bug types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And it is going to be that Alolan Raichu, starting off with the Terrain Pulse, focusing on to Volbeat, who is joined by Vivian, who does go with the lead, lowering the defenses of both Raichu and its teammate Slowking, who is in its Jotonian form this round. But Volbeat with the follow-up does go for the Blaze Kick. This will be resisted by Slowking, being a part Water type. This allows Slowking to go with the Eruption. This is super effective on the Pinchers, and Volbeat hangs on by a thread, but Vivian has been taken out of this match with the one-hit wonder. It is Ilamuse. Wow, I cannot say that name, can I? Coming out for the Castelia Pinchers, as there is that defense boost for Raichu. The Dynamic Punch is avoided by Slowking as Volbeat is going to go with the Power Whip, but it goes for Raichu. However, it gets in some massive damage. Slowking though does capitalize with the Crush Claw to finish a Volbeat off right in front of Ilamuse. That is much better, as it is going to be Venomoth entering this match, and Raichu with the Powder Snow connecting with both Bug types, but Venomoth is going to respond with the Ice Fang to take Raichu out of this contest. And there is some beautiful color symmetry on the side of the Pinchers as Ilamuse is going to set up the Sandstorm, and this is going to do damage to everybody on the field as that Sandstorm is kicked up. The Dream Eater from Slowking is going to fail as Venomoth is not asleep, but what is not going to fail is that Sandstorm that we mentioned, doing damage to everybody on the field, including Ilamuse, who is the one that set it up. As we see Slowking taking that damage, it is joined by Ditto, and with that imposter ability it is going to take on the form of Ilamuse. But not just that, it is the Terrestrial Draftee for the Neo, so it is going to take on this Stellar Terra typing, and we'll see what shenanigans it can bring in this contest, as it is having a great showing for the Lental Neos this season. It is Venomoth though with the speed control, immediately going for the Dark Pulse onto Ditto, but Ditto does respond with the Frost Breath, getting that boost onto the Ice typing, as well as it does target the real Ilamuse, getting that critical play as well. But this does lead to Ilamuse chowing down on its Citrus Berry that is going to restore its health, and it does have an opportunity to respond with the Steel Roller, but unfortunately that is going to fail, and this opens the door for Slowking to try and capitalize, and it goes with the Stuffed Cheeks. It is going to chow down on its Leopard Berry, which is going to boost that physical defense a great deal. It is much more of a specially defensive Pokemon though, as that Sandstorm continues to do that chip damage to everybody in this match. Ditto feeling the effects of it for the first time since entering this contest. Ilamuse feeling the damage, and Slowking as well, as Venomoth is going to go for the Temper Flare, another Fire type move onto Slowking. Not very effective thanks to that part Water typing. This allows Ditto to go with the Wrap, and it continues to target the real Ilamuse. They're getting some good damage with that move as well, being wrapped by Ditto, but Ilamuse is going to respond with the Fusion Flare, and it is going to take Ditto out of this match with that super effective move. This is the first time Ditto has been taking down the Pokemon it has been impostering all season, but Ilamuse comes out on top in this contest as Slowking does respond with the Fire Punch, getting in massive damage onto Venomoth, but Venomoth hangs on by a thread, and it is going to chow down on that Lancer Berry. It is getting pumped, but it's not going to be able to capitalize because that Sandstorm that was set up by Ilamuse is going to take Venomoth out of this match, immediately putting the Lental Neos back in front. And whilst they're feeling the effects of this Sandstorm, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please leave a like, share, subscribe, as the Pinchers are going to send out Galvantula. It is going to be Slowbro in its Galarian form, entering for the Neos. The Hard Press from Galvantula onto Slowking. Very little damage there being done, but Illumise is going to follow it up with the echoed voice. They are trying to get Slowking off this field. Slowbro, however, does go for the false swipe, but that is not a shiny Galvantula, and Slowking follows it up with the Volt Switch. Slowking has had enough. It is going back to the bench after that not very effective damage onto Galvantula, and out in its place it is going to be Oricorio with that part fire typing, as well as that Sandstorm continuing to do that chip damage to everyone on the field. The Neos with the 4-3 advantage. We don't know the remaining Pokemon on the sides of both the Neos and the Pinchers, as both of them trying to make their way up the leaderboard. Galvantula with the Plain Ice onto Oricorio here. It is going to lower that physical attack, but Oricorio does respond with the fake Tears onto Illumise. That is going to lower its special defense a great deal. Illumise does respond, however, with the mighty Cleave, but it goes for Slowbro, getting in some good chip damage, but it should have gone for Oricorio, as the Giga Drain is going to take Illumise out of this match. It's not very effective apparently, but Slowbro does not care, taking Illumise out of this contest. And now there are only 2 Pokemon remaining for the Castelia Pinchers, as that Sandstorm is finally going to subside, and it is Vespiquen with that pressure exerting it over the Neos, as the Pinchers though only have 2 Pokemon remaining. Galvantula with the Calm Mind, trying to maintain that composure in the late stages of this match. It is going to boost those special stats, including that 97 base special attack. Oricorio, however, does set up the Reflect on the side of the Lental Neos. It is going to make them stronger against physical moves, and Vespiquen going with the Flower Trick, this critical play coming down onto Oricorio, doing very little damage. And this opens the door for Slowbro to respond with the Psychic onto Vespiquen, getting in some great damage on the Bug Flying type. Galvantula responding with the Triple Dive though, getting that first one onto Oricorio. This will be super effective thanks to that Part Flying type, and it gets the second one, and it is able to complete the Triple Dive onto Oricorio, making it a much easier target. But before that can happen, Oricorio is going to chow down on that Staffberry, boosting that physical attack after taking those 3 consecutive hits, and it is going to go for the Teleport. It is actually going to go back to the bench. It will be Slowking re-entering this match. We still don't know the last Pokemon for the Neos, but Vespiquen doesn't care. It goes for the Strength onto Slowbro. Slowbro does respond with the Shelter. It is going to boost that defense a great deal. That is base 95, as Galvantula is going to go for the Iron Head. It needs to capitalize on its part electric typing over Slowking. Vespiquen with the follow-up Power Whip though takes Slowking out of this match with that super effective critical play. Galvantula and Vespiquen trying to bring it back for the Castelia Pinchers. Slowbro, however, is going to go for the Weather Ball, continuing to target Vespiquen, and it gets in some good chip damage. As we know, Oricorio is re-entering this contest, and Galvantula is immediately going to meet it with a super effective Thundershock to take Oricorio out of this match, bringing it down to a 2v2 contest. Vespiquen with the follow-up goes for the Spit Up, but it hasn't gone for a Stockpile, so that is going to fail. This opens the door for Slowbro to go with the Rock Wrecker, and this is going to take Vespiquen out of this match, immediately putting the Lental Neos back in front. And the last Pokemon for the Neos, it is Persian with that Unnerve in its Cantonian form, who immediately is going to go with the Stone Edge, not messing about. It immediately takes Galvantula out of this contest, and it gives the Lental Neos the win, cutting Galvantula and Vespiquen off right at the very end there to take the win. Are the Lental Neos, who have moved themselves up into 9th place, as next round they are going up against the Sootopolis Aqua, whereas the Pinchers still holding on to a leader's 8th position. Next round will be going up against the Pewter Skulls, but until then, Nidorinas, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.